Let's go live. And we are live. Hi, everybody. We are Captain PhD doing Tenure track. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to do an improv comedy show for you all, which means we're going to make up scenes on the spot, right to your screen, directly to your home, so you can stay cozy and laugh with us. We're not gonna make it from anything because we're gonna interview a very special guest who's a PhD student. But before I welcome him, I'd like to welcome the cast to come with me, all the captains that are playing tonight. You can turn your cameras on and say hi to our audience.
Hi, audience.
Great. We're very polite captains, so we like to say hi to everybody. And without further ado, I would like to welcome our guest to our screen. He is Liam Daley, and he's a PhD candidate in English at the University of Maryland in College Park, and he focuses on medieval and Renaissance literature. Thank you so much, Liam, for joining us and accepting to do this interview for the show. Can we start by just talking about what is your current dissertation? What is your research about?
Hello. Well, yeah, thank you for having me on. So my dissertation, so as you said, I do medieval and Renaissance literature. My dissertation is called Staging the Middle Ages, Developing the Early Modern History Play Across Time and Form. And my dissertation looks at like where do people draw the line between what they think is history and what they think is literature, and why and how does that line get redrawn from the end of the Middle Ages through into the Renaissance. So this used to be literature, but now, or excuse me, we used to think this was history. Now we think it's literature. Why? What happened? And also specifically, like, how does changing the literary form, like how does changing the written form change the kind of story that you can tell? So this used to be a written chronicle. Now it's a play. What happened? Why is it different?
So do you have an example of something that changed and why, or like what can we infer from it, for example?
Sure, yeah. So my first chapter looks at various historical accounts of King John of Robin Hood fame. So for example, in the Middle Ages, everyone agrees that he is the villain, right? He's always the villain, right? Taxing the commons and all kinds of all the horrible things that you could imagine a king would do. He's done them, including oppressing the church. We get to we get to the 16th century. The Reformation is happening. Suddenly, the Catholic Church is now the bad guys, according to King Henry VIII. So, wait, King John oppressed the Catholic clergy? Great. Well, now he's the good guy of the story. So we're going to rewrite all of our King John with him as the good guy, and the Catholic Church is the bad guy. And then 30 years or 60 years later, you get to Shakespeare and his King John, which I've written about, which is not most people's favorite play, not his most popular play, but I really like it. Like, surprise, turns out in that version, they're both the bad guys, like both the church and like there's no one to root for. Everyone is incompetent. Everyone is cruel and manipulative. I'm mostly to sort of answer your question a little bit more broadly, I think there are two ways that two of the big changes that I would look at how things changed. If you asked a person in the Renaissance, so how is your writing different than the people writing a couple hundred years ago back in those Middle Ages, which you now know were the Middle Ages because they're over. Back at the time, people didn't think they were in the Middle Ages, but like once the Renaissance happens, like great, now is now, and the past was, this bracketed off like middle period. They would, those people in the Renaissance would say, we're better because in the past, historians, they just made it all up, right? We're telling the real story. We're giving you the accurate version. You can't listen to what people in the past said. Listen to us. And now looking back, of course, we can tell like you guys were all just making it up too. Like you were making it up just as much as anyone else. That's what everyone's like. Every historical text is always kind of like the untold version that you never heard before, but this time it's the real story. But every time, like it's always inevitably going to be made up to some degree. I don't think, I mean, I'm a literature person and I say that, so obviously I'm invested in like fictional narratives. I don't think that what I'm saying would be controversial to like a proper historian. I was like, but all the written histories that have ever been written are always a little bit made up. They would have to be like, yeah, inevitably, yeah. I suspect. I should probably ask one, but
Wow.
if there are any historians watching, please feel free to write in.
Yeah, if there are historians in the comments, and if you want to start a feud, this is the moment.
Yeah.
That's really fascinating. Something that I found interesting in what you said is how people in the Middle Ages didn't think of themselves as being in the Middle Ages, and how, and so like in your field, how like do these time periods change over time? Like does the definition of what the Middle Ages has changed over time, or is it like there's the people in the Renaissance, they're the ones who said, no, we're not like them, and since then that's been that? Or if my question makes sense?
Sure. Yeah. No. I think. I mean, certainly I should probably just say I love this stuff. This is like a level of nerddom that even most other PhDs in English are kind of like, like periodization. The question of when does one historical period end and another one begins. That's even for like English scholars. A lot of people consider that to be kind of dry. I eat that up. So, right. In order to in the Middle Ages, they didn't think, oh, we're living in the Middle Ages in between the ancient past and some modern future that will begin at some point, not now, but later, someday. They obviously did, they thought of themselves as modern. And then after the Reformation, after the Renaissance, people wanting to assert their modernity, they're like, we are much more like people back in the classical era than this 1,000-year bracket. We're gonna like bracket that off back when everyone was like ignorant and superstition and all this stuff, which isn't actually true. I'm not saying that, but that's what people in the Renaissance thought. The word Gothic, during the Gothic period, they didn't call themselves Gothic. That just means barbaric. That term was invented by people in the Renaissance to describe that old architecture that people used to do back when people were intellectually unsophisticated, unlike us. I'm like critical of that perspective, but that's certainly how like the Renaissance was spun at the time. Does our understanding of when it began or ended changed over time? Yeah, sure. But I think roughly, not super dramatically. I put it in England, I would say between 1485 and 1530 is when the Middle Ages ends. Like Battle of Bosworth Field, Henry Tudor kills Richard III, the last of the medieval kings. Now we're like, oh, now we'll have a Tudor monarchy. We'll have like a more modern kind of bureaucratic state. And then the 1530s, Henry VIII breaks from Rome. So between that window is when the Middle Ages ends, I would say. Some clever people say that the Renaissance and the Middle Ages are coterminous, that the Renaissance is the end of the Middle Ages, not the beginning of modernity. But sure. But yeah, why not? I don't necessarily agree, but I think that's an interesting. I think C.S. Lewis was one of the people who said that, of Narnia fame, also an English scholar. But anyway,
I got a question.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Why did you decide to pick this, like that era? Like why the Renaissance era? Why the medieval era and not other time period?
Oh, I was afraid you were going to ask that question. I don't know that I ever decided to do it. I think I just never decided not to do it. Yeah, like I've actually asked this question of other people who study the Renaissance and who study the Middle Ages. Like, I played with knights and castles and dragons as a kid. Like, you're a professional medievalist. Did you? Like, I didn't go to the Ren Fair as a kid, but I did play with little knights and castles. did you, professional medievalist? And they usually go, no, I got into it for some other reason. But that's I've always liked it.
We have a question from our audience in the
Oh.
chat, because our chat is going crazy. So keep your questions.
All those historians
It's
who I invited.
fucking nuts. The historians are furious, Liam.
Oh dear.
The backlash has
Good.
begun.
Controversy leads to funding sometimes. I don't know.
But someone is asking if you can tell a typical PhD student anecdote. Maybe someone wants to become a PhD student and is like, do I really want to do this? Like, what is life really like?
Oh, I mean, gosh, a typical PhD student anecdote.
Something that happens this week, for example.
So, well, of course, any anecdote that I tell will necessarily be filtered through my own narrative lens and therefore suspect as a piece of testimony as to what really happened. We can never really know. I don't have an anecdote, but I will say this. I think it's an Edward Albee line. He says, you know why academic politics are so vicious? It's because the stakes are so small. Sometimes people like to argue about petty things, although I shouldn't actually, English departments being famously dysfunctional families, I think Maryland is far and away the most functional and like best, people get along with each other more than any other English department that I've had dealings with. So.
Well, we won't name names apparently tonight.
No, I will not. I didn't have a fun anecdote, so I just said something kind of snide, apparently. But yeah.
Great. I think that's plenty for our show. We kind of are at time for the interview. So thank you so much, Liam, for your answers. That was really fascinating. You can turn off your camera, and we're gonna do a comedy show for you all and come back at the end.
Oh, my grandkid. We're here in this lake. My grandkids. We're here in this lake because I used to bring your parents here, so we used to play. And I'm an older person now, and I'm sure I don't know how many years left I have, but I wanted to bring you here because I see a brilliant future for the four of you. You all said that you want to be writers, and I think that's incredible. And I don't ask favors, but I just have one favor to ask the four of you, if that's okay.
Anything, Papa.
Pop.
Anything, Papa.
Tess, is that you're cool too?
Pop, yeah.
Okay, just checking. Well, since you're gonna be writers, I just want you to, each one of you can you just write a book about me, but just like making up stuff like that I did, like really cool things in life. Because to be honest, my life has been pretty boring. It's been pretty plain. I don't think I haven't done anything incredible or marvelous, and I would love if you can.
Well, but you raised a beautiful family with four beautiful grandchildren, right? And isn't that enough?
I mean, but it's,
you raised a beautiful family, Papa.
Yeah, you raised a beautiful family, and that's a life. That's
you had a wonderful dentistry practice that you handed down to your son that we are also going to inherit one day.
Yeah,
this is wonderful.
Yeah, and I mean, those things are great, don't get me wrong, but it's just like, can you just write in the book that, I don't know, like I almost get mugged, and like I punch a bunch of like of that mugger, and like I save a person's life, or like, I don't know, like there was a fire and I got inside the building and I saved like 7 people. Let's go with 10 people. I just want people in the future to know that I was like a super cool person, not just a boring, plain grandpa with, I guess, a dentistry industry, a company, and 4 great grandkids.
Papa, did you get mugged?
No, I did not.
You didn't get mugged?
No, but you're gonna write, that's the whole thing. Like you can just write whatever you write. Like it's just literature. But like if you write it and then someone in the future is gonna read that book and be like, oh, that guy Arthur Smith was a really badass and cool dude.
But if we put it in your obituary, it goes in the paper. You know, it's like it's supposed to be your real life.
Yeah.
And I'm just so up to my ears in my plays, which, you know, are so close to having one of them be produced. So it's just like I have so much creative energy that are going into these sort of meditations on animals and such. So I just don't know that I really have the creative bandwidth to take on a project like that. I really think one's going to get produced soon.
Yeah, and my plays are thinly veiled retellings of our family. You know, it really will sort of mess up the plays that I've written if you go tell everyone you were a vigilante and not a dentist.
Oh, I love Renan. I just love that word. You know what? That's the spin that I want. The four of you are gonna write each one a book about me, a vigilante. Yes, that sounds much better than just a dentist with a very healthy and loving family. That's all good, but you just add in the vigilante. People are gonna love me in the future when they read about me. Yes, yes. Oh, my grandkids, I love you so much.
What about the thriller that I'm currently writing that is actually about vigilante justice? I just don't know how anyone would believe.
Put your name. What's the name of that vigilante character right now?
The name of the character?
Yeah, the character that you're writing on your book.
Steve Jobs.
Steve Jobs?
Yeah.
Okay, let's just change to Steve Jobs, the owner yeah, let's just change to Steve Jobs, which I think is a very common name. People would relate it with like more like technology, and just put your grandpa name there, and then that's it. So we got it. Okay, one down. We got 3 more books to do. I only have a couple of years left in my life.
I'm just concerned because, as you know, I'm trying to get into writing, to get into journalism. So,
yes.
You know, fact checking really matters to me. And I'm just really concerned if all 4 of us make up a different story about your life, it will become very clear that none of this is true, and it will ruin my reputation.
No. The more you write about me as a vigilante in different ways and forms, even genres if you want, the more people are just going to associate my name with the vigilante and not just very simple dentistry with a loving, caring family that we usually have family meals on every Sunday and go to church as well. Boring.
What is this picture that you just posted to your Facebook? Did you draw a 6-pack onto your beer belly, Grandpa?
Yes. And first off, you should be thankful that I have Facebook because I'm a grandpa. I'm very hip to technology. And not only on Facebook, I did it on Instagram and also, as you kids called it, the TikTok. I put an Instagram.
You posted a photo to TikTok?
Yeah, I posted a photo.
That's not going to
this is really bad, guys. Posting photos to TikTok.
I think that's impossible.
I'm just going to change history, grandkid. You're going to see, everyone is going to know that I was a vigilante back in my days.
And scene.
Moms, I'm a teenager now, okay? The period of being a teenager is when I get my period, okay? So I got my period today. Even though I'm 12, I still think I get to be a teenager because a periodization starts with my period, okay?
Well, thank you for sharing with us that, you know, you're going through puberty, that we all do it at some point, so it doesn't matter when it happens. But I'm just a little concerned. What does being a teenager mean to you? Like, what do you want from us?
Well, when I'm a teenager, I can talk back to my mom, so get ready.
No.
And I get to start wearing a bra.
But that would be more related about whether or not you have breasts and whether or not you're a teenager. But if you want period products, we are actually ready because both of us have our periods, as you know.
Yes, you always talk about them.
Yeah, and it's really exciting that you got your period. That's great. So we can, go through different products that you can use, and you can try multiple. We can talk about that if you want.
I get to see PG-13 movies now. I'm not waiting till next year.
Oh,
No.
okay, no, that's not. PG-13 is about your age, 13.
I could have a baby tomorrow, okay? I could have a baby in 9 months, okay? I think I can handle a little bit of teenage humor, okay?
Are you trying to have a baby? What's happening?
No, but
Oh, okay.
no, but it's like, when guys can join the military but they can't drink a beer, It doesn't make it right.
Okay.
Well, then what about, I got my period when I was 14. Should I have waited until I was 14 to watch a PG-13 movie?
I think so. You're not really a young woman.
Tag out
I'm a young
Beatrice
woman.
and Tess, and we take Renan to a movie theater. Excuse me. Sorry, if you want to watch Mortal Kombat, it's a PG-13. So I needed some proof of identification that you are a teenager.
Oh, yeah. I saved my maxi pad from last month.
So you said one ticket. You said one ticket.
Yeah.
I'm not going.
Just one ticket.
I don't want to ask more questions.
I can take it out of the Ziploc.
No, you don't
if you
have
want to double check it.
Oh
It's
my
not
God.
ketchup.
Absolutely no. I'm so even. Oh my God. Why did I ask? I get so.
I could get a tampon instead if it's the wrong
Nope.
kind of currency.
You know what? You're gonna get a free ticket. You know what? I'm gonna give you 2 free tickets to watch.
Tag out Eric, and we see Renan approaching the table with the popular girls at school. Oh my God, yeah. Like, I just have so much period. Like, I'm just like such a woman. I'm like, you know what I mean? Wait, what are you doing here, Renan?
Oh, hey. I got my period last month, so I can sit with you guys now.
What?
No way. You're lying.
You're lying. There's no way you have a Ziploc bag with a maxi pad in it that's soaked with blood.
Oh, I totally do. I bring it with me wherever I go. I keep it in my bra now because I get to wear bras now.
I don't even wear bras, and I've had my periods
Oh my
for so long.
God. She is not lying. She's telling the truth, girls. Oh
and
my
then
God.
Look at these. I've got bloody tampons as earrings.
Oh my God, it's me, the hottest guy in school. Wow. Are those? Hey, sorry, I just couldn't help but notice that period blood soaked tampon dripping down onto your shoulder.
Oh, thank you, Brock.
I got everyone but James, and we take James to the principal. Hey, James.
My name's Brock.
What's that?
My name's Brock, middle name James, but I go by Brock.
Okay, Brock. There's like a bunch of Brocks in this school. I just like to call you by your middle name. We got an issue, Brock James. You need to grow up. You need to grow up.
Can I be honest with you, just between you and me?
I mean, if you said something, yeah, sure, okay. Yeah, I'm a principal. Of course, you can share something with me.
So, I haven't gotten sex education really, which, by the way, I think you should advocate for.
That's on us. That's 100% on us.
I haven't gotten my period yet, and as
shouldn't.
far as I know, that means that I'm not an adult. So I'm very confused and self-conscious about that.
Okay, clearly the public health education is crumbling right now. If you believe that what you just said, we need to work on that. We'll talk to you and your parents. Don't worry about it. I'm on charge of this.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, generally, like a man like you're not gonna get a period.
So
threat.
it'll just come out of my tummy?
It's not.
Scene.
Okay, Renaissance Fair employees, Renaissance Fair employees. Okay, I call you to this meeting because we're getting some. How can I say this nicely? We're getting a ton shed of complaints. People are saying that whenever they ask, you're supposed to be in characters, during the Renaissance Fair. But when they ask you, why did you pick? Why do you like the Renaissance Fair? You're just like, I just got it. It's just the period that I'm at. I never thought about that, and they just get very delusional about that answer. They were expecting probably a more exciting answer, like how you're you should be excited about being at the Renaissance. Like Tess, what's your character at the Renaissance?
I'm the milkmaid.
I know, and you should be excited. Why you're not excited about being the milkmaid at the Renaissance? Come on.
I mean, the milkmaid kind of has the worst costume, so.
Okay, we can ramp up the costume. That shouldn't be a reason why you're not feeling it. Like Beatrice, what's your character at the Renaissance Fair?
I'm the forgery owner.
The what?
I make swords.
Yeah, you make swords.
You
make swords. That sounds cool. Oh my God, swords are cool. Not offense to the milking the cows test, but why you're not excited about that? Why when people ask you, you are not like, yes, I make swords. This is the coolest job ever.
Well,
don't tell me it's the outfit. Please don't tell me it's the outfit, like Tess.
No, swords are cool. They're part of my outfit, but it's more like, why would I not be not excited?
What? That doesn't make any sense. What you just said.
Yeah,
I get that.
Yeah,
I get that.
It didn't make you. You literally just didn't even answer. You just went in circles with your answer. Okay, Renan, what's your character at Renaissance Fair?
I'm the queen of the realm.
I mean, Jesus fucking Christ! You are in charge of everything. You are the queen. Your outfit is incredible. Why you're not excited when people ask you about the Renaissance?
I mean, I grew up playing princess, so I don't really know what a queen is supposed to be. She's kind of like vice president to the king. It's like it takes a lot of meetings the king doesn't want to take. It's not actually as fun as it sounds.
God damn it. Okay. What do I need to do? I will do anything. This is I put all of my savings in buying this brand of the Renaissance Fair in Virginia. So I need this to work. I need you to be excited. What do you need from me to fucking kill at this?
I'd like a more comfortable corset.
Okay, so it's clothes. Okay, sure, we can. Okay, clothes. I'm gonna write it down. Clothes. Tess also said clothes. So yeah. I guess, Beatrice, are you sure it's not clothes? Because that would make it a rule of 3.
Yeah, my outfit is really cool because it's mostly swords. Swords are cool,
Okay, then why? Then for you, I don't understand what's the problem. You just go in circles with your answer.
Yeah, well, I'm just here because it's a job. Why do you want me to be more excited about it? It's just what I do. It's my job. I make swords. I mean, I pretend that I was making swords in the Renaissance. Yeah. But in my life, I'm actually an actor. But yeah, anyway, I'm a sword person.
Okay. I mean, I get it. You're an actor. You want something else. If you want, if you want to be the queen, you can get the queen. If that's what you want.
I'm the queen.
I know we can get 2 queens. That's totally fine. The more queens, the better. People love queens.
Could I be a queen and make swords still?
Yes, you can be a queen and make swords. Tess, you want to be a queen?
I mean, if everyone's getting a promotion, then I should also
It's not a promotion. You will make this. You will earn the same amount of money. You just be the queen at the Renaissance Fair.
Oh, that sucks then.
on, you don't make more money as the queen?
No,
No.
it's the exact same thing. You're just like another character. There's no hierarchy for salaries with the type of character that you are at the Renaissance.
Oh, I just thought that like because I had like a kind of a job like a working class job that I was not making much, but it's actually just like the price, then yeah, I'm not gonna get excited about this job if we're just paid. Yeah.
Okay, so just okay. I'm gonna make some outfit changes. Beatrice, I don't think there's anything I can do with you. But next time that we go back to the Renaissance, and there's a customer, just please be excited. I can. Oh, there's one person coming in right now. So like, just be in your positions and kill it. Okay, crush it.
Oh my god, this is so cool. Oh my god. Can I have a glass of milk? Oh my god. This is incredible. Whoa. It's real milk. Hey, you make swords?
Yeah, do you want one?
Oh my god, it's so authentic because like she wouldn't really be that passionate about it. Like it's just a job for her. Whoa, is that the queen?
You may kiss my hand.
Oh my god, she's so apathetic because she's probably like not really eating a healthy diet because back then like their understanding of health meant that they were constantly eating foods that actually didn't have nutritional value. Yeah, I'll kiss your hand. Wow, this is so cool.
Heary. I got some news. The king has been slayed.
I don't really believe your performance.
The king has.
This guy doesn't really seem authentic.
The king has died because he's been doing a lot of bad things. But there's been one person, a vigilante, who has a lovely family and beautiful 4 grandkids. But he's a vigilante. He's done a lot of cool stuff, better than Robin Hood. He just killed the bad and evil king. And he's gonna set free everyone in this town, and he's gonna give money to everyone. He also saved some people from a building on fire.
Okay, is this? I can't tell. Does he work here, or is that an old man who just wandered in?
He looks a lot like my dentist.
Same.
And seen. King John. News. King John. So listen, we've got some bad news here, King John. I know we really went hard on the Catholic Church because we sort of thought public opinion was not in favor of that, but since then, things have really turned around for the church. And on Twitter, and by that I mean notes sent around on birds, people are kind of saying that you should be cancelled. So I just am thinking we need like a PR strategy as your public-facing lord.
My lord, you speak a lot of garbage to me. I don't really understand what you mean.
It's just that the Catholic Church is popular now.
How? They killed everybody.
Yeah, but they sing really well, and they came up with those harmonies that no one ever really had before. It's a really good period for music because of them. People like that.
Well, then make music. What are you talking about PR? If we need to make music, let's make music.
Okay, it's just I really think you should put out like an apology.
What? I'm a king.
Excuse me. I'm a paparazzi. I'm gonna take some pictures. And by pictures, I mean I'm gonna do a portrait of this exact moment.
No, get out of here.
And share it with the rest of the town. Do you have any comments about
Don't answer.
the church situation and how you're
We need to write a comment. Don't
popularity
answer.
are going very down.
Don't
Yeah,
answer.
the Catholic
Don't answer.
Church can go fuck itself.
Okay,
We
wrong.
are our own
No.
country, and
No
we're
comment.
gonna put out
We're not. We don't
songs,
have a comment.
and
We don't have a
we're
comment.
Okay, I'm going to scan this and copy that, and by that I mean I'm just gonna write more copies of this exact piece of paper and share
Okay.
it among the town.
Yes, get out of here. I really think, look, I really think honestly we need to put out a Notes app apology. And by that, I mean we need to sing, like you're suggesting, some notes that app eel to the public masses. We need to put out a Notes app apology.
listen, I appreciate your creativity, but last time I checked, I'm still the king and I'm the one making the decisions. And if I say we don't apologize for nothing, we don't apologize for nothing. They can take my head if I want it, if they want it. If they won't kill me, I'm the king.
Tweet,
mean-
tweet.
Oh,
I'm a
God.
bird messenger saying
Twitter.
that I will not pay taxes unless the king apologizes. Tweet.
Do you hear that? I mean, do you hear that?
Yeah, I heard it, and last time I checked, I'm a king and I'm not going to change my decision because the little bird is trying to bully me into changing my whole tax levying policy, which is extremely extractive and very beneficial for me. Hello?
I mean, do you remember what happened to Scarlett Johansson? That king named Let who had a scar. After he didn't apologize for his controversy, everybody completely blew up at him on the internet, that big net where people share their opinions, where they just toss them out in bottles and notes and bottles.
You know, the more I think about it, you use so many strange words. It seems to me that you're coming from a different time to warn me that my current time period will be perceived differently later on. And I honestly, never thought that would happen. And I honestly do not care because
Okay.
the only thing that matters to me is my present, and whatever scar person you're mentioning, I don't know them. They're a king that got canceled. Who cares?
All right, look, okay, you caught me. The truth is, I'm a PhD student from the year 2021. I'm kind of a King James stan, and I've just been trying to travel back in time so that I could convince you to kind of fix your reputation, because the truth is, history is not going to look back well on you. And I want to help you, okay? Because
Tag out everyone, and we go back to that lake with the grandpa and the 4 grandkids. Grandkids, you decided you weren't going to help me out. You said like it's not good, but you know what? I got a friend. I met a friend. He's a PhD student. Where is he? Oh, he's right here. And he's decided this may sound shocking to you. He can travel through time, and he's been able to rewrite history through literature, and he's changing perceptions of people. You know, like King John, you love him. You love King John. That guy was a fucking psycho and an idiot. And this guy is gonna help me make people believe that I was a vigilante and not just a regular dentistry. Is that right?
yeah,
Okay.
that's pretty much right.
Great.
Sounds like
What?
Papa, it sounds like you just hired an actor to say bullshit because there's no way any of that is true, and I'm not believing this guy is a PhD student who travels through time.
Okay, well, it's just your opinion. Literally, it doesn't matter what you believe because
Check your phone. Here, I'm sorry, what's your name, ma'am?
Beatrice.
Check your phone, Beatrice. Your husband just divorced you, right? I went back in time and planted evidence that you cheated on him.
Okay, you're fired. I don't want my I love my
Sorry,
grandkids.
I
I'm
just
fired.
wanted to prove
No,
that I could
that's
travel
not-
through time.
No, that's
I
terrible. You
just
cannot
want-
do that. Terrible.
Okay,
Terrible.
okay, well, fuck you then. I'm gonna go back in
Okay.
time and undo everything that I did. I'm a god.
All right. Well, kids, grandkids, you see some people, that was delusional. You know what? I gotta apologize. You know what? If you don't want to write me about that I'm a vigilante and just want to think that I'm cool because I have a steady and healthy, emotionally healthy family, then that's fine by me. I love you.
That's why we love you, Pop Pop. You don't need to be more exciting. We
Great.
love you for who you are in any
Great.
era, in any time period.
I love it. Do you just want to go and watch some Mortal Kombat? I heard it's on the movies right now. PG-13.
Yes.
Yeah, and I guess I will be coming without my husband.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's gonna be awkward.
Yeah, that sucks. Sorry. And that's our show.
That's our
Oh,
That's our
what a great
show.
lesson that he learned at the end.
Yeah. Can we welcome back Liam?
Yay,
Um,
Leo.
thank you so
Yay.
much.
Hello.
Thank you everybody for watching. We hope you enjoyed our show and the way we interpreted Liam's stories. We are doing this show every month, so you can check out. We're hosted by witdc.org to check other shows that are happening every week. You can check them out. There's a lot of free programming. You can donate also if you have some spare dollars, and you can check out our shows next month. We have more PhD students for different disciplines. Yeah, and having a lot of fun. Liam, can we just ask you, how did you think we did from a Renaissance literature perspective?
Well, I wrote down some notes, if I may.
Oh,
Oh my God.
Please, we'll take
Okay.
notes.
Number one. So yes, period, like putting the period back in periodization. Love it. Like I can say like periodization, menstrual maturity and its role in like the divisions of history. Yeah, coming coming out next month from Renaissance Quarterly. I can see it now. Yes, Steve Jobs as a vigilante. You know, was Steve Jobs a vigilante 400 years from now? Like, well, we have at least one contemporary source that suggests that he might have been a vigilante, according to, yeah, it started as a thriller novel, but can it make its way into history? Yeah, that is exactly how things happened. Like, did you know
This
that, you know,
improv show will start
Right.
that truth.
yeah, right.
Yes.
Yes, 500 years from now. Did you know that Batman was actually based on Steve Jobs? This is how things get started. People are very particular about their clothing at the Renaissance Fair. Not as much as I thought. I went as an adult like once for the first time a couple of years back. I thought it was going to be like, that's late 14th century Florentine, and we're supposed to be doing early 15th century Florentine. But in fact, it was like Darth Vader and Harry Potter and Robin Hood. Like it was all just scrambled together. I like the idea of a coat made out of swords. That's pretty cool. Henry V had a jacket made out of needles.
Ooh.
I don't like, what's that about? The historian I read was like, we don't know. The significance is not clear. And yeah, apathetic royalty who don't care if people like them or not. Yeah, King James famously one told, please, your majesty, your subjects like are cheering for you. Maybe you should make an appearance. Famously quoted, let them cheer at my ass. That was his real thing that a real king of England and Scotland once said. As to the bit at the end with King John, funnily enough, there is a legend that he was killed by a vigilante monk. So those two tie together. Bet that you might have known. It's not true. In fact, he probably shot himself to death, which I don't know. I'm now really sad I didn't mention that, like leading into an improv comedy performance, for God's sakes, like the most relevant time to have mentioned that. So I'm sorry. It's only just occurring to me now. But yeah, he had
It makes
dysentery.
the cheering my ass comment more sense.
Yeah.
Because-
But the main thing I really wanted to say was Yeah, so my work is all about like when you change the form, specifically from like a long written form, like a chronicle, to a short performed literary form, like a play, like how does that change the content that gets put into it? And I mean, my dissertation is a long written thing, and this was a short performed thing. So this was really Christmas for me. Like, oh, they're demonstrating my theories. Like, hooray! This is what it looks like when you actually do it. And yeah. We learned. I feel like I learned a lot watching it. So I give you an A+ for accuracy.
Aww.
Yeah.
So
Listen, so-
special.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so
Thank
much.
you.
We learned a lot with you. So thank you so much. Thank you for our audience. You have a big fan club. Everybody loves you as an English professor. So, we
Thank
also
you.
love you as a improv show guest. So this was beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm so happy to have been here.
End the stream right now.
Bye.
All right. I think